Get a checkup on the news with Issue Today and reporter Angela Jung. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Sinya.
TGIF.
Yes.
All right, we're going to start off with some breaking news. Less than 30 minutes ago, an announcement was made regarding the social distancing measures, so let's start off with that.
Yes, the government just announced and raised the social distancing level to level 4, which is the highest level. Yesterday, the number of newly confirmed cases as of 9 p.m. was 1,179, which was already increased by 66 people from the same time the day earlier. The final total from yesterday is expected to be around or even over 1,300 this time. And this will be the highest number since the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, breaking the record again.
Mm-hmm. Now, yesterday's number was 1,275, and that was another record as well. But we were saying that the record might be broken again today as well. And those new social distancing measures, it had been forecast with the alarming rise in the number, especially in the Greater Seoul area. They will take effect from Monday, right, the 12th.
Yes.
Although the Prime Minister did ask all citizens to please start trying to abide by them starting this weekend. It's not just because they're enforced from Monday doesn't mean that we can just go about our regular weekend plans, really. He's urging all of us to kind of buckle down and stay put as much as possible.
Right.
Let's talk about some of the reasons why this huge surge is being recorded. The cluster infections, right? They're a major concern always and even more so now.
Yes, there have been cluster infections within the Greater Seoul area in private education centers, just private gatherings and multi-purpose facilities, including a department store and singing room. Surprisingly, more than 300 people were infected in several private education centers. And our biggest concern with the recent virus cases is that the virus keeps spreading from the affected areas as we speak, and the cause of infection is hard to trace in many cases. The number of new virus cases from the Hyundai department store trade center branch keeps increasing day after day. And in this case, the government is conducting tests on visitors so that the particular branch, along with analysis on Delta variants from the visitors who were confirmed.
Mm-hmm. Now, that department store is a very popular one. I think they might have to test more than 17,000 people. So the numbers could definitely go up from that. Can you give us some more details on how many new virus cases have been reported over the past week and that basically led to today's decision to go to level 4?
Sure. For the recent 2 weeks, 1,870 new cases were reported, and for 3,250 infection cases, the cause or the origin has not been identified, which means the cause of infection is unknown in almost 3 out of 10 cases.
Okay, so for the past 2 weeks, 10,870 new cases have been reported. And as you say, with the sheer number and at the sheer speed at which infections are growing, it can be very difficult to trace each case, and that had been the policy early on. What about to other parts of the country? Because we know that this is kind of vacation season, right? People are on the move.
Yes, there are 85 new confirmed cases from working in the fisheries industry in Busan. 45 new virus cases have been reported in a singing room in Daejeon. 13 people were infected in a public sauna in Yeosu, and 13 were infected in a karaoke bar in Jeju Island.
Mm-hmm. Now, level 4, as we mentioned, is going to be implemented from Monday for 2 weeks. What should we know about this?
So at level 4, private gatherings of 3 and more will be banned after 6 p.m. This means that only up to 2 people can gather after 6 p.m. and any presentation or ceremonial events will be completely prohibited. Rallies or events of any scale will be banned except for one-person demonstration, and only relatives can participate in weddings and funerals. And this new measure, like you said, will be applied from next Monday for 2 weeks.
Right. Once again, though, the Prime Minister is saying that if possible, please start abiding by those rules starting from this weekend. Let's move on to our next item, though. I think we've all gotten used to scanning QR codes when we enter a store or a restaurant or cafe. Now, there's another reason why we want to have this handy from now on.
Yes, you can use your QR code when you need to prove that you've been vaccinated against COVID-19 starting from next Monday, again, July 12th. Kakao announced it will partner with KDCA to add this service to the current eQR code system.
Very convenient. We had mentioned that there were three ways to show that you have been vaccinated: either a sticker that goes on your ID card, or a paper certificate, or something, an app on your phone as well. But the QR code, which we use anyways, sounds very convenient. How can we use this service?
So you can open your Kakao app and go to QR code check-in screen, then push the button to retrieve vaccination data. It will require your agreement the first time, but after you agree, you can prove you are vaccinated and when you are vaccinated each time as well. And not only that, your vaccination certificate will be saved on your KakaoTalk wallet.
Now, Kakao is not the only service provider of this, are they?
No, so Naver, Toss, and South Korea's top three telecommunication companies plan to launch the same service from the same day. The service of the telecommunications companies will be QR by GOV'T, which is a check-in system of the application named Pass. Just as Naver and Kakao have provided QR code check-in service, the top three telecommunication companies have also offered their own check-in services using this Pass app. And they have added people's vaccination data to their services as well.
Right, because I know that everyone uses the messaging app, but when it comes to QR codes, I think there's kind of a mix that people like to use, right?
So I'm not sure which option is the best or more popular for people, but it's known that with this Pass app, you have to go through a self-identification process every time your QR code is generated to be accurate and safe. And your vaccination data will be stored in a safe area in your mobile phone to be secure. So it's up to you which one to choose.
It's good to know that we do have choices. Moving on to our last item, the monsoon season. We are in the midst of it. There have been various warnings. Unfortunately, in the south, we've seen a lot of damage due to heavy rainfall as well. But there's another thing that we need to look out during the monsoon season: electric shocks and lightning.
Right. The Ministry of Interior asked for particular cautions on safety accidents caused by electric shock and lightning. According to the ministry, the number of casualties from electric shock between 2017 and 2019 accounted for over 1,550, and 60 of them died and 1,490 of them injured. If we break this number into monthly, the largest number of casualties were recorded in August with 202 people, and July 197 people. This means 1 out of 4 cases occurred between July and August.
All right. So what types of electric shock accidents are the most common and we should be looking out for?
So contact with a charging part where there is electric flow was the biggest cause with 818 people, followed by spark discharge with 548 people, and short circuit with 112 people. And by age, people aged between 46 and 50 accounted for the largest group with over 200. But at the same time, babies and kids aged up to 5 years old accounted for 5.5%. So this shows that electric shock can affect anyone regardless of age. To prevent electric shock, check if the leakage breaker is working properly and make sure to turn off the power source when maintaining or repairing electric equipment. And avoid touching electric devices such as hair dryers that you use every day with wet hands. And for children's safety, cover up the outlets.
All right. Tips that we should know, but sometimes we need a reminder. You also mentioned lightnings, right? They also occur more frequently during the summertime?
Yeah, summer is the season with frequent lightning due to atmospheric instability, which requires particular cautions when staying outdoors. The number of lightning strikes between 2011 and 2020 was over 117,000 times a year on average. And by month, lightning was observed most frequently between July and August as well.
Okay, so what should we do to protect ourselves from possible injury from lightning?
So if there's a lightning forecast, it's best to stay indoors. But if you have to be outdoors, stay inside your car or a building or look for an underground space. And please avoid areas with tall trees or rocks and stay away from long-tipped metal objects such as umbrellas or sticks for your safety.
I don't know if you saw that social media. There's like a meme going around. There was this car, I believe in the U.S. I think it was like a highway, and it was a station wagon, and it was hit 4 times by lightning. 4 times, and it was captured by the dash cam on the car behind, from the car behind. But miraculously, the entire family with 3 young kids, they were fine because the car acted as a kind of a medium or conduit, and the lightning just went through the car and into the ground.
Oh, wow.
That was freaky.
Yes.
Okay, hopefully
Stay in your car.
stay in your car, and hopefully our listeners can stay safe and healthy during this monsoon season. Thank you very much, Angela. Have a good weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
You too. See you on Monday.
Do you have questions about life in Korea? Send us your opinions and feedback